traveling all of last year. Last year I traveled a lot, but we went to multiple shops, and I met multiple shop owners, and I saw shops, how people were set up. I saw how people ran stuff. I met owners, I met employees, I met self-employed barbers that are in studios, big barbershops, and so I picked up a bunch of like little things from everybody, and then I kind of like, okay, I like this, I like that, I didn't like that.
Right.
So now let's make sure we're doing that here, But definitely, bro, being with Anti-Broke Barbers when we went on tour last year, that was crazy. That was probably the number one like motivation, because I met so many people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you meet people that are like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do that? Kind of doubting you. But when you're around people that are like so motivated and they're just like, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, why even hold back?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I am your host, Albert Fig, and in this week's special episode, we are mobile downtown Sacramento at the Basics Barbershop, and today I am joined by the owner, Jeffrey Cash. What's up with it, bro?
What's up? What's up? We back again.
Hey, back with another one. Let's go. Hey, bro. I was gonna say we, but we finally. Well, actually, I just did say it, but. Hey, cheers, and finally open.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, when are you gonna do like an official, like hard opening, like official grand opening?
We're still kind of working on that right now. We're getting a bunch of stuff still put in, so I think my main grand opening will probably be somewhere like beginning of August, towards the end of August.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cool thing too is that, on the other side of the camera, you can see, like, the process is still being made and everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything's still coming together. And what's super cool too is seeing it from, it's not fully done yet, but to see it from when y'all first, came in and to somewhat see and be a part of the process.
Yeah, because you've been here since the start.
Yeah.
You've been here since we
tearing down the first wall to
before we even did any modifications to this, you were the first one.
As a business too, as a business, you have to get going already to bring in income. Because
that was our main thing, because we've had this place for months. We had this in May. So back in May is when we were trying to get everything going. But then we just ran into a bunch of little things, the wall, the floor, the painting, the electrical, little things here and there. So May ran through like that. I'm like, oh shoot. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to open around June. Then June flew by.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
Summertime.
I was like, okay, we're getting summertime, we're in downtown, more people want to get cut around here. Right. This is the time to be here. So that's why as soon as we got it somewhat movable, we were able to come in on it.
Another, a big part of this specifically is also you have, you're fortunate enough to go around to shops. You're fortunate to be around, be associated with Anti-Broke Barbers Club. So you get to see and be around all these other places, and, you kind of get to pick and pull some things from certain things, and can choose more or less specifically what you like, what you don't like. And, when you come into a spot like this, it's, I'm sure is, at first a bit scary, you know what I'm saying? Because you're taking a chance on yourself, you're gambling on yourself, and, you're ultimately trying to see if this is the ultimate goal, why not work towards it? You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest things.
Yeah, but for sure. Traveling all of last year, last year I traveled a lot, but we went to multiple shops, and I met multiple shop owners, and I saw shops, how people were set up. I saw how people ran stuff. I've met owners, I've met employees, I met self-employed barbers that are in studios, big barbershops, and so I picked up a bunch of little things from everybody, and then I kind of okay, I like this, I like that, I didn't like that.
Right.
So now let's make sure we're doing that here,
Yeah.
But definitely, bro, being with Anti-Broke Barbers when we went on tour last year, that was crazy. That was probably the number one motivation, because I met so many people.
Yeah.
that sometimes you meet people that are like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do that? Kind of doubting you. But when you're around people that are like so motivated and they're just like, do it, do it, do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, why even hold back?
Yeah, it's an infectious thing. And it's funny that you bring that up because I talked about it, that specifically, like plenty of times on my own. I've said, bro, like how I get like when you're around creative people and whatever that bubble or whatever genre of your creativity is, like how it's infectious, right? Like you get that rub, you know what I'm saying? Like whether it be, you know, working with artists like yourself and you're shooting music videos, or whether it's creating your own brand and creating your own merch, and then seeing, you know, I'm sure you like, I don't know 100%, but I'm sure you'll like look at other people's releases and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, well, there's some good things right there. Maybe I'm not going this route, you know, blah, blah. But I remember too, I was even talking about it and saying like how one, you know, the day that we, hopefully it's okay to say too, but we have, you know, linked up in the studio with Slap when he was recording a song and just like shooting some other stuff and like shooting the behind the scenes stuff. And I remember like leaving there and being like, well, bro, this is what I want to do. Like some behind the scenes type of shit and be around people who are also creating, and then still go at the end of the day. And then we still recorded an episode. Yeah. You know, and that was just in one day. Yeah. I was like, well, this is the shit that, you know, like if I, you know what I mean? Like fuck going to work. Like I want to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what I always tell people. This year I haven't really like been out too much. Yeah. To like to meet different people, or I haven't been around too much creativity people, like creative people, because I've been so stuck in trying to get all this done. So usually like the thing is every year I give myself 6 months. The first 6 months I kind of like prep myself. I'm like, I set a few goals and I'm like, okay, by the first 6 months of this year, I have to do this, right? Right. And opening the shop was one of them. So once we were hitting like May, I'm like, bro, I got one more month. Like I have to hit this goal. Right. So that month of May, that's when I just like, we went crazy shopping around and stuff. So I hadn't been able to like link up with people like that, which I wish I could. Yeah. Because like you said, man, just being around certain people, say I'm even, because I like to do a little bit of everything, right? Yeah. So say I'm like with a photographer, they give me lighting tips. They give me camera setting tips. Right. Like, oh shoot, I never even knew that. This photo looks 10 times better now. Now I don't gotta edit no more. Right. Or I'm with a videographer and they give me tips on something. I'm making clothes. People are like, oh, try this printing instead of that kind of printing. Yeah. So no matter where like you're at, it's always good to like just ask people, because man, sometimes you don't even know who's next to you, bro. Right. Like you can be next to like the dopest artist next to you, and just because you didn't ask what they do, you miss out on that.
Yeah, and it's also those little things that you might get, like where the pieces of advice and or like tips or gems that they give you and everything. Yeah. Bro, if that in the ultimate scheme of things saves me money, I mean not even money, if it saves me time, because I would say time is more valuable than money, me personally. But if I have more time to be with the fam, if I do less of this and can have more time of this, that is gonna, you know, bring in less stress on me, first of all, but also help me out. You know what I'm saying? So I get that too, like being, you know, in the podcast space and, you know, interviewing people, whether it be artists, creatives, barbers, and or you know whatever. What I like though is what I am able to pick apart and learn from them. And apply it to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like behind closed scenes and everything, or behind the camera, they give me like advice too. And they give me like straight up like, you know, you could do this at this part to bring in income. And you know what you could do with this to monetize this. They'll tell me those things. And I'm like, I know this too. And I'm going to put that into play. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because what it is sometimes, like it's stuff that you already know. Like, you know, you should have been doing this. Yeah. But I guess once you hear from somebody else and they give you like that, like you should have been doing this, like, damn, I knew I should have been doing that. Like, why haven't I?
I tell that too.
And then
go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, no, that's just my bad. I lost my fucking
No, you're good.
But yeah, it's just like sometimes you need that like reassurance, you know? Yeah. Like, damn, I should have been doing that. I should be doing this the whole time. Yeah. Which you already knew you should have been, but since somebody else that like you can say, I don't know, maybe you trust their advice a little bit more, you know. Now you're like, damn, okay, he told me, so now let me make sure I'm doing this, you know. No,
I tell you know what I do, and it sounds simple, and I know that they know this, but I'll reiterate it and just to remind them and everything. But I'll tell like artists and everything, I'll be like, yo, just release. Like they'll be like sitting and waiting on music or not releasing it, and I'm like, bro, drop it. Like release it, dude. Like do this. You know what I mean? I toss that too. Like, yeah, drop that, bro. Put it out already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, like, I hear that from the people that are like more successful than us, that are doing that, and they're telling me, and I'm not even an artist. You know what I'm saying? I talk about this. I talk about this dude all the time. I know, but because he's giving me a bunch of info. When I was talking with LaRussell outside, off camera and everything, he was telling me, he's like, bro, he's like, I got. No matter of fact, this might have been on camera too. He was just saying, he's like, bro, I got so much. He's like, I got stuff sitting, like months worth of stuff sitting. Not even just music. I'm talking about like content, like to put out. He's like, I got edited stuff right there that I haven't even like. It's all there, ready to be touched and just ready to put out. He's like, I'm still ripping apart this. He's like, so every day I can post and do this and do like that. And he goes, and it's. It depends if you put the work in or not. He's like, I have someone. He's like, I just have someone. All they do on payroll, obviously, He goes, I got a person that just every time I do an interview or every time I do this or anytime I have a camera and I'm shooting stuff, I just give it to them. They cut, clip, 30-second, 15-second, whatever it is. But he's like, I'll have stuff for the next 2 months. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just, he tells me, and that's just content. That's not even music. He's like, what's the point of it just sitting there? He's like, put all this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, the blueprint is there. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, he's like, yeah. Because he was even telling me too. He goes, how long you do the podcast? Like how often? I'm like, weekly. And he goes, why not do it daily? And I was like, well, that's a little tough. Like, tough daily podcast, But I get what he's trying to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, and then he's like, well, how much stuff you have like they haven't released yet? I was like, it's like probably like 2 episodes not out yet specifically. He's like, what is doing there? I'm like, just sitting there. He's like, put it out. And it's something simple like that we need to hear, but you can even expand upon it further, not just artists. You can even say as a barber, as an owner like yourself, you could be like, yo, what can I do? What can I do to advertise the shop? Even if it's just a picture of a wall, which you do, everything, put it out. Take a picture of this, take a picture of that, Put everything out, because what is it? Just a little, it just supposed, but it's the relativity. You know what I'm saying?
It's not only I mean, if you do follow my page, you do see like I'll post random things. I'll post a picture of the plant. I'll post a picture of the street sign. Just to like have the feed constantly popping up. Yeah. First,
because if a person imagine a person that imagine that someone's on their phone, right? They're like they're kicking it, blah blah. They're like this. And then they're like, fuck, I need to get a haircut. And they know it. Like in their mind, they're like, I got to get a haircut soon. They're scrolling and then they see your shop and they're just like, what a coincidence. Boom, book. You know what I'm saying? It's those type of things.
Yeah, that's the thing that they say, you just got to be on people's faces all the time. Yeah. And I know sometimes I talk to people and they're like, oh, no, I don't like posting because I get annoying. Like, they're like, I just looked at my story myself and I'm annoyed of myself. Yeah. But I'm like, bro, you know how many new people are seeing your profile every day, every single day? If you look
at the analytics,
Yeah, every single day, new people are, you might be annoying older people, but look how much new people just saw your content now. Yeah. Yeah. So I know a lot of people, and I don't post as much as I should anymore, but for this reason that I've been so busy like doing this that I haven't gotten back in my rhythm of like shooting and editing and posting. That's what I was talking to the new guy that we just got. I told him, I'm like, honestly, I was like, right now I'm not even focusing on like putting hella content out. I'd rather put quality content out. Yeah. So if it's a photo of a cut, I'd rather have it be a cool photo, have them in a cool background, have them in a cool setting, have them pose, have them a certain thing, instead of just like flooding the page with like, just photos.
It's the extra stuff. You know what that is?
And people hecka notice that.
You know what it is?
People hella notice that.
Tell me if you recognize this. Well, tell me if you get this one. You know what it is? It's the. You ready? Shout out to Nolte. You know why?
Why?
It's a cheeseburger with the flag.
Bruh.
It's the flag on top. Yo. Call back to Nolte.
Nah, chill with that one. How do you remember that?
I just, my mind goes all over the place. But,
dude, that's
the cheeseburger with the flag. But it's funny because, this is high school stuff for y'all that don't know. But it's the flag was essentially, it's the little attention to details and the little thing that goes on top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Shouts out to Nolte. That shit really did apply right now. one rare
Yeah, that's
thing,
crazy, man.
one
Yeah,
rare
yeah.
thing in English fucking applied right now.
Yeah, man. I think it's crazy because, bro, I don't know, man. Sometimes like when you hear about like teachers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like the stuff they say sometimes like really does stick to you. Except what fucking pi means, but or mitochondria. That shit don't really matter. But sometimes some teachers give some good advice, bro.
Hey,
Like,
school. I'm not gonna lie. Don't get it twisted. School is important because then you grow up to ask questions like, can you visit Ethiopia? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah. But what makes it tough too. Which, like I said, which I feel like it's important to highlight and to talk about. It's not like you're just opening up a barbershop just to be like, yo, I got a barbershop. I'm sure that's, obviously it was a goal of yours and everything. And I'm going to touch on that later. But it's also the launching and intertwining it with your brand. You know what I'm saying? Like the name of the barbershop, the Basics, your clothing brand, back to basics. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's putting those two together. And it's giving a spot for you, to do your main income, which, cutting hair and everything. But it's also a spot to highlight and showcase, your brand, your merch. So it's like a spot where people can come and essentially be used like as a hub. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, two-part question. One, talk to me about the title of the shop and the title of the merch. Tell me that.
so the name of the shop kind of came from the name of the clothing brand, right? I don't know if I've talked about this before about the name of the clothing brand, but when this was back in like 2019, when I was because the thing is I had always been designing for people. I had designed shirts back in the days. I used to design our t-shirts for like our car club or whatever, and I used to always design like little things here and there.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, you know what, I might as well just do my own.
Yeah.
So I started coming up with my own, and then I was just knocking out designs, just like regular t-shirt designs, I'm like, all right, I got to piece it together. And then I was trying to come up with a brand name. That was probably the toughest thing of the whole thing, I'm like, what's going to bring it all together? Like, what's going to tie this all together? Like, and I couldn't think, where I had like, I'm not even going to lie, probably like 50 names ready to go,
Yeah.
And I would ask people, I'm like, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about that? And
some hits.
At the end of the day, bro, a lot of people was like giving me opinions on this. Oh, you should name it that. You should name it that.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, you know what? And then I don't know, I read it or I seen it somewhere that said like back to the basics. And I was like, bro, I just go back to the basics,
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start it like that. And then that's when we came up with this design. I was just gonna use this as a logo.
Yeah.
But then I was like, damn, this logo is kind of tight. I was like, I'm gonna just put it on the shirt.
Yeah.
And then so whatever. Then everything kind of just like wrapped around it kind of just wrapped around like basics,
Yeah.
So I don't see, the thing is, it's kind of like, this kind of ties in like with you, like hypocritical, like being hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because the word basic, you're expecting basic stuff. Like, okay, this is simple. This is just going to be something basic.
Right.
But I wanted my everything else to be like, when you feel it, like, damn, bro, ain't nothing basic about this. This is fucking dope,
Right.
So I wanted to be like, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like something that people did not expect.
Right. Right.
Same thing with the barbershop. Now fast forward, right? I'm coming up with barbershop names, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking of what to name them. And I'm like, you know what? What do people come to our barbershop for? For a haircut, the basics.
Yeah. The basics, yeah.
Just give me the basics. So then I kind of thought about that, and I'm like, okay, let's do that. So then we were talking to this guy. I was talking to Slap, and he was like, okay, well, what do people do after they leave the barbershop and they want to come back? They go back to the basics.
Yeah.
So now we're like back to the basics, everything kind of like wrapped back around. So that's kind of what the name kind of came in. And also like, I always thought like, our services is just going to be the basics, which is your haircut, regular haircut.
Yeah.
Above the basics, which is haircut, beard, hot towel,
Shave, yeah.
and then it's gonna be like then the third one is just gonna be like the I don't know,
The
something
premier beard,
ba-
yeah.
or I don't know, you know what I mean, something like
Face
deluxe.
massage.
That way, when people are like, "Oh shoot," like just give me the basics, you know, it's just your haircut, regular
yeah.
haircut,
Just get you
and
going.
so that's kind of what the name kind of like came around.
So
Tie in the name with the shop and my brand, and see, because I want everything to not be basic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I mean, I'm a little worried about the premiums now because now I'm confused of what you're gonna offer. Because it's like, bruh, hold up now. They're gonna be like, "What's the premium?" And you can start licking your mouth like, "Well, you know what I mean? Like, well,
come at 7, come after
Yeah.
7, I'll show you.
I'll show you after hours." You know what I mean? You know what's what I do think about, like when I first heard about Back to the Basics. You know what? I don't know why. I mean, I guess I do know why. Innately, I thought about music, and there's 2 tracks that come to mind. So, you ever heard of Tyga's? He did like Back to the Basics, like little. It was one of his albums. I forget which one it was, but it was like a little song. Like it was a remix track that Pusha T had, and it was a beat. And I can't.
It was on the mixtape.
Yeah,
Right? It wasn't on the album, I think.
It wasn't an
It was
album.
the
Just like
mixtapes, the Well Done mixtapes, no?
Well done. Yeah. And
think-
it was a Pusha T track. I mean, Pusha T beat. And on that track, Pusha starts with I'm so classy, you so ratchet. And then with Tyga, he starts rapping, you know, and I think he goes, I'm so saucy, bitch, get off me, or I'm so bossy, something like that, you know. But he finishes it with let's get back to basics. Let's get back to basics. And they're rapping because they're saying like, and I gotta show you this after this. But they're rapping, but he's saying like the quote, or not even quote, but the crux of the song was like, let's get back to the basic of rapping. Like let's just rap, because they were just going. There was no hook. There was no, you know what I mean? Just beat drop and go.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and at the end, like I said, Tiger goes, let's get back to basics. Let's get back to basics. I gotta show you that one. I'll look it up while we play.
See, bro, I don't know if it happened after that. Like, I started coming up with the name just came up,
Yeah.
but I started hearing it everywhere, and it just like everything makes so much sense, you know, like for everything in general, bro. Like, if you're stressing over whatever, you just go back to the basics and you just start out like rebuild. And
It was well done for back. The song is called Back to Basics, just like the
okay,
Back to
see?
Basics, but it's the well done mixtapes. Yeah, and it's only I'll play it like obviously because I don't want to get kicked off or anything, but I'll play at the very end so you can hear it. Watch. Can you hear this? Watch.
I have heard of this.
Yeah,
bro.
but it's a Pusha T.
Yeah. That is the Pusha
T
T beat.
one. Watch. And it's coming up right here. Watch. You know what I mean? But I always think about that outro.
Yeah.
When I heard it, I was like, that's what I think about. That, I mean, and it ties into, you know, what you're saying with this. He was saying it's a mixtape, so they're just they're just spitting. But at the end of it was just like, let's just get back to the basics. You know what I mean? So that's what I think about that side little bar on that. But my second part to that of the shop and the name and everything is, you had said, I remember a post that you did when you had said that, you know, the shop, when you initially opened, you had said it was a goal of mine as a kid to eventually, one day open up your shop. So my question is, was that really a goal? You know what I'm saying? Because when you're younger and everything, you're ambitious, and you know, like I had a bunch of goals. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has goals, right? But if this was the goal and you actually reached it, that's a big that's an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So was that really like a goal since because like I said, so for the y'all that don't know, we go back since high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like even then, was that a goal in high school?
Maybe not a barbershop, but I did know I was gonna be a business owner.
Yeah.
I always just wanted to own something, you know.
And eventually parlayed into it.
yeah.
You know?
I didn't know exactly what I was gonna open up or what I was gonna be doing, but I had been cutting hair. But hair was then maybe back to high school, bro.
Yeah.
Because I remember like the people would always like push me into like going to barber school. And I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do barbering like as a full-time career.
Right.
So that's when I was like dipping into other things. And then, like I said, I was always doing like fashion and stuff. I was doing like designs or like just putting outfits together and stuff like that.
Yeah. You had the scarf thing going. Remember when the scarf was hot? You remember that checkered scarf thing for a minute?
Hey, I'm telling you, bro, since like high school, I had always done like little like things like that.
Yeah.
Bro, in high school, I won best dressed in high school.
Yep. I never did.
Music in my veins. I won.
If there was a least dressed in high school, I would have won that.
Be like for the white tee and the black pants.
I would have won that. But then,
so I never knew I was gonna own a barbershop. Up until probably maybe 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago is when I started like really taking barbering serious. Then we made the move out here to Sacramento, and then the last like, and even probably not even like, I'm telling you, I did not think I was gonna do a barbershop. I knew I was gonna open something, but I always thought it was gonna be clothing or a shoe store.
Yeah.
That was what I always thought I was gonna do. But then
you knocked out two birds with one stone.
But now I'm like, I'm gonna just do both.
Yeah,
because I was gonna be in the studio by myself.
Yeah,
but I'm like, okay, how is this really gonna benefit me in the long run? You know, it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna be in the same boat as if I'm renting a booth in a shop.
Yeah,
like I'm in a private studio. But now I still got to cover all the bills on my own. So it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
For the long run, you know? I'm thinking like, I was thinking like 5 years from now.
Yeah, no, but it's, not to cut you off. I'm sorry. I do that a lot if y'all don't know. But you know, I'm gonna pour you some more.
Yeah.
But you know, what I thought was super cool, like with you posting that and everything, I'm a sucker for like, and maybe it's just the dad in me, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the dad in me, but I'm a sucker for like stories, and I'm a sucker for seeing like success stories. You know what I'm saying? So when you post stuff like that, and just like I said, maybe getting the photo before the public or social media saw it, I had got it, and I remember Lily will attest to it too. I remember being like, "Yo, he fucking did it!" Like, man, like I felt like it was a win for me too, and I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even a part of it, but like I just remember being like, "Yeah, he fucking did it." You know what I mean? So it's like to have that, and like I said, maybe without even thinking it, since back in high school, maybe at that time it wasn't a goal. Maybe at that time you weren't even thinking about that, but you really realistically were planting. That seed started since then. You know what I'm saying? That seed was already there and was being planted, and time, everything takes time to flourish and everything. But to see that, and like I said, be a part of it too, because again, for y'all that don't know, he's also cut my hair in high school too. You know what I'm saying? This was back when I had longer hair. I had my shit growing out looking like Frodo. It was mad weird, it was a thing. And I remember I cut it. And it was just like a 3 or a 2 all the way around. And then you had showed up. We were at the Nava's crib, and then
I didn't knock it down.
No.
You already had the buzz.
It was like it was just like that. And then I was just like, man, it was fresh.
Yeah.
And you had showed up, and you're like, oh shit, you cut your hair, and I was like, yeah, man, I just fucking, blah. And you're like, bro, I could cut it, and I was like, you can fade me up, fade it up right there in the garage, you know what I mean? So since, like I said, going from high school to do that to now sitting recording, like it's crazy. Like think about us, like how we were in high school and everything. Like think about like our surroundings and everything. So us coming from there to now, fast forward, we're recording a podcast in your barbershop.
Crazy.
It's fucking crazy, right? Cheers, man. It's
Fucking
crazy. Cheers. And on top of that, Slap still hasn't dropped the track,
Which one?
No, not that one. I'm just... yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, you were there for the studio for that one.
Yeah,
we did the studio
deep.
for that.
I don't want to, I can't give away too much from it, but drop it.
Go ahead.
Drop it. Drop it. Just the next. No, well, you know what I enjoyed, because I had told too. I had been, in some studio session before too. It's a weird thing where you want to give input, but you don't want to overstep. You know what I'm saying? Because you obviously have a professional producer right there doing
Yeah.
this shit for you. So it's like I'm not trying to overstep my thing, but I got a good ear. But at the same time, I'm the odd man out. Like it was my first time there. That's y'all. And the only thing I can do is give some input and everything, you know. So if there was like a little thing that could tweak, I was like, yo, if this one little spot, and I feel like it did contribute. You know, I feel like it.
And even Pete was saying, you know, he was like, "Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is."
I was contributing.
We played that song so many times,
Yeah.
but there was like, and nobody else was picking it up. So if you weren't there, I don't think we would have ever like caught what was missing from the song, you know?
Because I heard just one little thing. I was like, if you can just, you know, and I'm like, I'm not no A&R, bro. I'm not a producer or anything, but I did see that, and I hope I'm able to contribute it. You know what I mean? But it was dope.
Yeah,
you know
the song turned out dope too.
Yeah.
The
Drop it,
done.
slap.
I had to do that in 2 sessions.
No, you know what throw me up
two-session song.
bro? I remember we got there. He's like, hey, I'm about to record, and then Jeff goes, he's like, yeah, he's gonna drop this track, and then you're like, no, I'm doing this one. He goes, what the fuck is this one? He's like, this wasn't it.
Yeah, because I thought he was gonna go record a different song, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm doing this one." I'm like,
He's
what?
like, when'd you do this? He's like, nah, I just really started it like last night or some shit, or like today or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And it was like, what?
No, that's why it was such a mess. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't like really like rehearse it, so he was just like going in like on
Off
the
top.
spot,
Yeah.
like on the spot.
But that's
so
cool
that's
too.
why the whole time I thought we was recording a whole different song. But
Yeah. That's cool
yeah,
too,
it
though.
took 2 sessions, but hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it done.
So that's what it takes sometimes.
Sometimes, you know what it is? Sometimes you just got to go back to the basics.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me?
That's
See
what
how
I'm
it all comes
saying.
full circle? But yeah, bro. So like I
Nah,
said,
yeah, but it
back
definitely
to
is
that.
crazy to finally like be here and like doing this
yeah,
and
man, yeah.
yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know. Maybe everything still seems like hella like surreal to me. Like it's just it doesn't like sink in yet, you know? That like
Until the grand opening.
probably, but you know what? It also is too. I feel like once like my family comes and like
Yeah.
friends come
Oh,
and
you gonna tear
everybody's
up.
actually like here and like we're like vibing.
You're going to tear up.
I think that's gonna be like probably different, huh?
Yeah, he's talking that shit now. Get it in.
Like,
But the,
wait till I'm off camera.
Wait till,
man.
yeah. But the grand opening, yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. Selfishly, I'm gonna invite myself as of right now.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm gonna invite myself right now. We're gonna bring the fam. We're gonna bring the fam. Shai's gonna be running around if you don't mind him. But I do like, and the reason why at the beginning when I started off with soft openings versus hard openings, I'm a person where I didn't fucking believe in any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like or like doing the celebrations for things or highlighting things or even like taking the time to do those type of things. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't me. I was just like on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what the hypocriticalness comes from. You know what I mean? Because now look at this. But I do like to be a part of the creation of something and the development. So seeing, like I said, going back to our callback, which is coming from seeing this, and you know what's weird, and maybe it's the moon and Gatorade, or what are they? The rising. What is it, Lily? When it's in the retrograde.
the retrograde.
Maybe it's that, or maybe it's today Friday.
Mercury is in retrograde.
Mercury is in retrograde, yo. That's what it is. But it's a full circle moment too, because ironically, I had said when I first came, when you told me about it, when I walked in, and hopefully it's okay to say, but this spot used to be a tattoo shop, right? And rewind. One of the first times, not the first time I would say, but I've used to look for tattoo spots in Sac. I came here before, and so I recognized it. And I was like, I know this fucking spot.
Yeah.
Because I did a walk-in. I didn't end up getting tattooed because they didn't have the time for me. I understand. It was a walk-in. But, hold up. It got cold now. And I did the walk-in.
It's a ghost. It's been abandoned.
You guys got a
for so
ghost
long.
too? We have a ghost at the crib. His name is Phil.
Oh, shoot.
His name is Phil.
That. Yeah, that one.
but
No, it's kind of funny because we do have a little like ghost story, but
Hey,
'cause
bro,
so
hold
every
up.
now and then, like we'll be cutting and we'll get like a cold breeze, like kind of pass by the feet, and we're just like, do y'all feel that? And they're like, yeah, bro, it's the ghost. And I'm like, maybe, bro. Like, it had been abandoned here for so long. Like, nobody had been here in so long.
Like 5 years, right?
Now that we're here, the ghost is probably like, oh, finally.
I get to fuck with them.
Yeah, you know what I
Just
mean?
touching balls.
So right now that you felt the breeze, is like,
I felt that. You didn't feel that? I felt something.
I didn't feel it.
But no, yeah, like I said, it was a cool moment because I've been here before. And like, I was just like, oh, yeah, I've been here. And then when I got here, I was like, bro, I was like, this shit seems familiar. Like, I swear I was here before. And then you had said like, oh, it's been abandoned for like 5-6 years or something like that. And you were like, yo, it used to be a tattoo shop. I go, that's what the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you're the one that told us. You're like, I think this used to be a tattoo shop. And I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, it was.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was like, yo, I recognize it, especially with the wall. And now that that's gone, like I said, it's just one of those moments. Like I said, maybe it's the retrograde or whatever the fuck. But it almost feels like damn near like, yo, like, it was
like full circle, like you were meant to be in this spot or something,
and to help and to contribute in any way possible. And that's why I'm always telling you, like, yo, like whenever I was like, if you need help with this, let me know. Let's do this. Let's go do this like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when shouts out to Gil too. You know what I mean? When we bring him on and everything too, it's like I want to do the helping because, like I said, in a weird way, even though like I said, this is your thing. When you win, we all win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we're from the same area.
You know what I think, bro? That's probably why I don't feel like it probably hasn't hit me like that. This is like mine. Because throughout the whole process, bro, I've had so much like help from everybody that like to this day, bro, it don't feel like I did this on my own because we had so much help. Even though as much as people tell me like, bro, like you did this still, you know?
Yeah.
But it don't feel like that. I don't know. Like it feels like since so many people pitched in and everybody that's came did their own piece to the shop that it still feels like it's like, that's probably why I don't feel like it's like my shop, you know? And it's not like hitting me, you know? Because I feel like since everybody like kind of contributed, I feel like it's just like us, you know?
Right.
It's just like our place.
Well, I think at the beginning of it, I think what you got to remember too is in order to have that, like that says a lot about your own character. Like to be able to have all the people come and be like, to be able like that want to help and to offer to help and be like, yo, we'll go do this and I'll help you out with this. What do you need? Blah, blah, you know? Whoop-de-whoop. That says, again, it says something about your character because if you were a shitbag or like a, you know what I'm saying? Like an asshole or like if you weren't who you were, you wouldn't have these people coming over here talking about like, I can help you. They'll be over here talking about like, I mean, if you need the help, I'll help you out, bro, but it's going to be $250. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying? But the vibe that we get and everybody's helping is because they genuinely want to help because it comes to talk about your character. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you too, because when I want to come help and everything, I tell you like, bro, I got you what you need. Let's do this next week, but we'll do it. And if I'm going to go do some other stuff, like the same stuff that, you know, been contributing with, if it's a person hitting me up, like just to go do their thing, I'm like, oh, it's gonna, you know, I have to charge you because it's like, I'm taking time away from all my shit. If you're a stranger, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that too. You know what I mean? So that's just done. But right here, it's like, bro, I got you. Like, I want to see, like I said, I want to see you flourish. I want to see you win because it's a reflection for all of us too, because we're associated with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck what I look like trying to charge you? Like, what? For what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fucking charge you. What? And it's also a win-win because, like I said, I like to see the creation and the development of things. I like to see it come from when it's nothing, like the photos that you and I have, the videos I have. It's like that. That's why when you had said it, I was like, oh, you're out now. Can I post this one? I asked respectfully because I know I come from the same space too, where it's like I hold off too. So to see that, and then the ending, it's like you're watching the development and you're watching the growth. You know what I mean? So it's self-satisfactory on my end, as opposed to like currency, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Nah, I get it, bro, for sure, 100%. Yeah, it definitely it is crazy, bro, because I still feel so like new out here, and to like have like I said, have as much help as like that I had. It was insane, bro. Like,
and you know what's cool too is also you create. So maybe you don't even realize it is that you created a hub right here too. So it's like, bro. The fact that you can like stop, cutting at the end of the day and you be like, you know what, I'm going to do content. I'm going to have space to do like extra shit, to edit, to do whatever, you created a hub here now too. So like as a side hustle, bro, you could even have people be like, yo, if you want to shoot some stuff, you could rent this spot out, this whatever. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, where ultimately is only gonna benefit you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, just yesterday we
it's a
had
hub.
a photo shoot here.
Yeah, it's a hub.
They did Slap did a clothing brand for one of his friends.
Yeah.
He did a photo shoot here. So
Yeah.
they were here. They did a whole photo shoot for his
hub.
clothing line. And I'm like, damn, like that's dope. Like I would want this place to be used for
Oh,
stuff
bro, I'm
like
telling
that,
you, like
know?
if I get some, like if I lock in some some big guests and everything, and you know, they'll come out here and everything because I have a few of them. I could go, record where I'm at, but I'm gonna be like, hey Jeff, yo, bro, we got someone like,
Yeah, especially
you know what
I mean, sometimes you record like after hours or whatever, or on a Sunday or anything else. Like I said, that's why I wanted to keep everything pretty like mobile. Like here, like stations are mobile. We can clean that out if you need more space. This is all we can wipe all this out. I wanted to keep everything like pop up ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it looks like we're only here like temporary,
right?
but we're not. You know what I mean? Just because that way we can set up multiple scenes here. You know, we can set up multiple things. The backdrop right here,
Yeah.
that's more of a personal piece. I was gonna keep it a white wall so for people to use that for whatever reason,
Yeah.
but it's just more of a statement.
I'm
wall
looking
than
forward
anything.
to when the official grand opening is out and we can do like what we did at Billionaire, which shouts out to Anthony, bro. When we were able to do that one and we did like a live recording session there. Oh man, I had so much fun. Like that was a personal bucket list for me, even though, and I talked about it before, but at a small scale, it doesn't look like, okay, so what, you did a fucking live episode in the barbershop. To the general public, it may seem like that, but for me, the fact that I was able to coordinate something like that, the fact that I was able to have that relationship or that connectivity, to have the transparency and the I guess you would say like the trust to be able to, bro, because I mean, and you know this too, to tell a shop to close down for 2 hours, right? It's not just closing down the shop, it's the people in there, the barbers in there cutting hair. So to be able to shut it down for 2 hours, and then to be able to have the help from my homie Yuli, shouts out Yuli, to have him produce the thing, like we have the cameras, and granted I did fund the whole thing, you know what I mean, and to have that, and then to also have a local sponsor, Pachamama Coffee, bring us coffee, and then have all that at a small scale. That was a big win for me.
That's huge, bro.
I didn't
even know you had a sponsor that time.
Yeah, and it was because we had Pachamama Coffee, and
Did you guys talk about that, or was it just
it was
something that y'all had?
we talked about it, yeah, and I mean, it was barbershop based, so it's like, I might have got lost in translation for it, but to have that, and that was on some like last week type of thing, like the week of, so to be able to coordinate that, and then we had there was another one that was supposed to be a part of it too, but they needed more of they need more of a 48-hour notice, which I get to and everything. But to be able to coordinate that at a level like this, where this isn't a big platform, bro, this isn't a big time network podcast and all this budget and everything, so at a local level, to be able to coordinate that to put a seed in my mind that was just like, yo, this is possible. Like no matter, it's not this, it's not that, but it's like at this level we're operating like this, I can do this and go wherever. Same thing with the Baby JJ episode in Oklahoma. Like I told you guys before, this is like some off-camera stuff too, but I told y'all this before I even went, before I did announcements, before anything. I was telling y'all, like, this is what I'm doing, bro. I flew to Oklahoma and flew back. I flew to Oklahoma round trip. I got a hotel. I got a rental car. I had to fly my own equipment. I couldn't afford to rent everything out because it's all budgeting, right? So this came from out of my direct pocket. It wasn't like I have sponsors that were like, here's this, here's that.
Yeah.
Bro, like I did that straight from, and then I bought 2 tickets, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not, and then, Lily didn't even end up going, but so I went by myself.
Yeah.
But to fund all that and to be able to be fortunate and enough to to pack everything and be able to do it on a mobile and to go do that and come back and not make any money, on return. I mean, your ROI, your return on investment. Not be able to do that, but still feel gratified from actually doing it. You know what I mean? Those little things are wins for me. So, like I said, going back to right here too. Now I know that we can do this here too, and it's going to benefit everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's like a few artists that I've reached out to that we're kind of in the talks with right now. I say kind of because there's, a few messages here and there, but I know that it'd be a big, a thing for you too. And ideally I would have them here and have you sit on it too. Cause it's like, one of your favorite artists too. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be fun. It'd be a cool thing to have it here and then have you sit on it too.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's just overall, it's just everybody wins.
The location is cool too.
Everybody wins.
Once you send out like certain like addresses and stuff, they're like, oh shoot, this dude's right here, right in the middle of the city.
Right.
You can set up. Look, you can set up however you like. Like I said, bro, this place is yours as much as it is mine.
Oh, here's the next thing I want to ask too. So leaving, obviously to be able to have your own shop, you have had to leave another shop, So I do again, this is my own curiosity. How is that? Is it tough to like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're leaving the spot. Is it on bad terms? Is it on good terms? Do they understand? Like, is it tough to just be like, hey, I've been here. Y'all been great to me. But now, like, I'm trying to do my own thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Was it tough?
That's kind of what it was. I mean, like I said, I did my whole barber career at King's. I was at King's Barber Lounge for my whole barber career. Yeah, and I always said too, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna leave anywhere else. Like, I'm not gonna switch to another shop. I'm gonna just write it out here. If I ever do leave from here, that's just because I'm gonna do my own shop. Like, I'm not gonna go to another place to work at another place. Like, the only reason I'll leave is because I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, yeah, man, it was cool. As soon as we got the lease, we went over. We talked to the owner right away.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, just so you know, like, it was like a 2-month notice, not even 2 weeks. We gave it was like a 2-month notice. We let them know, like, hey, by the end of June, we're gonna be out of here. Thank you for everything. I thanked them, bro, because I've said this plenty of times too, and they were the only shop that gave me a shot when I moved out here.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it.
Multiple people will shot me down. Multiple people didn't let me work in their area. Even back home in King City, shops shot me down. So this dude said yes immediately, no hesitation.
Yeah.
So he said yes, gave me a shot. So I thanked him, bro. I thanked him for everything,
Yeah.
My barber career was all there until now,
What was with the mimosas or whatever the fuck that was?
Yeah, he bought us. So on our last day there, he bought us a bottle. He got us a bottle of Bel Air. We had.
Oh shit! I thought that was y'all. I didn't know if that was a tradition thing. I was like, why are they drinking mimosas right now to exit? But he got that.
Yeah, so he bought us a bottle. We had
Shouts out to
mimosas. We drank. Final day. Final day there was cool, man. Everything was good. Yeah, bro.
I mean, I'm sure they understand it too. Like,
and that's
it's
also
just growth.
Like I was talking to the dude here, and I was also talking to another. I talk to everybody. I talk to everybody here. I'm like, what's your long-term goal? Do you eventually want to own a shop?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be a barber in a barber shop for your barber career? Like, there's nothing. I don't see nothing wrong in both. Some people just want no work and go home and live their life. This is their income. This is what they do to make money.
Yeah.
Some other people use this as an intro piece. From here, they get the income, but because they want to do this now, they want to branch out. They want to do other things with this money now.
Right.
Which is one of the freedoms of being a barber. Which I think is one of the dopest
Super
careers
cool.
there is.
Of course. Yeah.
So I've talked to everybody. I've kind of seen what everybody wants to do. So if I'm never gonna tell people to not do what they want to do, bro. Like,
right.
If people come here and they're like, bro, like I'm not liking my job. I'm thinking about quitting, and I'm gonna do this now.
Yeah.
Go for it, bro.
I'm gonna start moving weight.
Yes. Bro, we had another guy just moved. He was moving to Reading for a job opportunity. I'm like, bro, never say no to money. Never say no to a new opportunity. You know, I just always, I don't know. I don't know if it's a downfall or a bad thing for me, but I move quick. Like I don't think about failure, you know? So when I do a lot of my stuff, I don't think about like plan B, you know? I don't really like plan on a backup plan. Like, okay, if this doesn't fall through, like what am I gonna do? Like,
well, I think it's because you're coming from a spot where it's like, yo, I've been, like, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there. Like, I know, you know.
yeah, like I've done this, bro. Like I've thought about this. I've quit my job. I've left. I've moved. It's been
a thing.
Yeah. So
and to you know, to give it a credit to our, you know, our home area, it's like, bro, like when you're over there, there's not much options. You feel me? So it's like, I'm trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's tough. Like Slap, you know, fortunately Slap has like been in the area and you brought him over there, and it's like, you see it, bro. Like it's not much out there. So it's like for us to,
and even surrounding, like say here there is cities, right? There's like Davis. There's like you can be
Auburn,
in like Yuba,
Citrus
Auburn.
Heights,
Yeah. So
fucking,
there's
you know,
multiple cities, but
Roseville.
there's still like a big city within like 20 minutes, 30
Yeah.
minutes of the driving, you know?
Back
Our
home,
biggest
it's not.
city is Salinas.
Yeah, Salinas.
Which Salinas still has really nothing going on.
Yeah.
Unless you're going towards the Bay, towards Monterey Bay.
Yeah.
Monterey has a little bit of things going
and
on.
if you go to Salinas, it's exactly like King City, just bigger.
Just bigger. It's just a bigger
And
King
if you're
City.
coming from where I come from in San Lucas, it's just 3 times bigger, but it's still the same shit.
It's still the same thing.
Right. So it's like, yeah. So I think we have that advantage to us, I would say, you know, coming from that is that the advantage. And then, matter of fact, I won't even give the area the advantage. Maybe just in us, our advantage is that we were able to make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's
And I always think about that too. Like I don't want to say like started from the bottom, because I lived a good life, but like my parents did whatever they could to like for us to live good. So I never like lived bad, you know. So I don't really like start saying like, man, I came from nothing, but like we really did come from nothing though.
Yeah, if you think about, you know what it is too, and I've talked about this, you know, within my close friends and everything. We always say, to us, we think of things, and like I said, being in the area that we're at and everything, we think of like this is just normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, this is just what it is. But it's not till you like exit out of it and you take like a bigger, you know, you zoom out, that you're able to see that just like, oh no, bro, that's not good. Like,
hey, so
that's not it. You know what I mean?
It was hella funny. Well, not even funny, bro, but it was crazy because you know that NASA pictures that just came out, the whole like galaxy and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're saying like if you put a grain of like salt and you put it out, like that's what that picture is.
Yeah.
So like that's what it is, you know, like King City is like that grain of salt.
Yeah.
So once you zoom out of that, bro, there's like a whole world.
Yeah.
And like you meet different people doing dope stuff all the time.
Yo, did you see did you see that meme where it's like NASA is like, they had that picture?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then it was like the camera 10 feet away.
Yeah,
it was
they
like,
can't catch the robber, the camera all staticky.
Yeah. I was like, yo, that's so true. That's so true.
Bro,
Well,
security cameras suck.
Depending on what camera system you got. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's true.
Security cameras suck.
That's true, bro.
But bro. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like once you like really like, and I don't know, it's like that picture of like that whole like NASA thing was huge, bro. Like, it made you realize that you're literally this speck in the universe, bro.
Yeah.
So you're letting like sometimes you let little things bug you, and it's like why? Like, bro, what? Like, we're literally nothing compared to this. Like,
it's a small town mentality. What were you at with it? What time?
Hour and 3 minutes.
30 or 3?
Hour, 4 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, 1-4?
Yeah, no, we're good. But I'm just looking at the mommies right now. So if y'all don't know, we're dads. You know, obviously you could talk about my figure, but you know what I mean. But we're getting ready to wrap up, bro. I'll say, well, actually, I still want to talk about more about the merch, though. You know, because you had drops. You had drops.
Since the last time, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you had more drops.
Yeah, we can just do a quick rundown.
Yeah, bro, let's talk about it.
This was my very first drop. We dropped
got that
this,
one in black.
a year ago. This was July 28th or 17th, I believe.
Yep.
Which, what's today? What is today?
22nd.
A year ago
Shouts out
today.
to Pops. Happy birthday.
We dropped this one. This was our very first one.
Yeah.
Then we did the winter collection. The hoodie right there with the sweatpants.
Oh, actually, too, now that I have you here, tell me about this. The emblem of the signal.
It's an angel.
It's an angel 4.
That's just what I was feeling at the time.
Okay, so there's no specific.
Yeah. So this design is crazy because I've never talked to nobody about that because nobody's ever asked.
Well,
so
I was going to say because the reason
when I was
why
designing
I asked,
this,
yeah,
we were about to have the baby.
okay,
And to me, that was like an angel sent. So I was hella like into angels.
okay,
And so that kind of like symbolizes the angel that was going to come.
oh, okay,
So I did an angel for that drop.
okay.
And yeah, I've never told nobody that, but
Well, because I've been curious,
so
and
that's
I
why
had
did a
assumptions.
angel in the background.
Yeah, I had assumptions. I was like, I wonder if it's
And
this, I wonder if it's that. You know?
you can read in the bottom on the shirt, the quote too, kind of like resembles that meaning too of the angel.
Right.
And yeah, so that's what that design came with.
Right.
That was the whole angel design. Then this design for this was the whole ribcage collection.
Yeah. This is the newest one, right?
So the newest one is the NASCAR.
The NASCAR one, right? Yeah.
So we did.
I
this
get, you know,
one.
it's weird. Is like to say to the new because I've seen them.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
you've
like-
seen all of
yeah.
these. So
Yeah.
So this one, it was just the heart. It's a heart with the rose because it was just, I don't know.
Looks fire.
It was just a heart
I
rose.
love the vintage look of it. You know what?
Oh, I'm glad. Okay, so this shirt was supposed to be a Valentine's Day drop. I was gonna drop this February for Valentine's Day,
the heart.
which is why we did the heart.
Okay.
Production and manufacturer problems, it got pushed back so far
I'm
back
sure.
that when I finally got it, it was too late. So I just did a whole drop on its own.
Yeah.
So that's why this became its own drop.
Yeah.
That just became its own drop.
Well, hold up now. Show the details in it too. So the vintageness of it is what's been
so
like
all my
popping,
shirts,
right?
all
Everything.
my shirts are custom shirts. These are not like Hanes. It's
Look
not
at
like Gildan.
but look at show them the collar. Show them the collar.
They're all custom T-shirts.
Show them the collar. Show them the back.
So this is the distressed. Everything is
Get an
distressed on
ISO.
here.
Can we get an ISO cam on this? Show them the collar. Show them the back. Bro, like what make it so?
Yeah,
if you,
yeah,
You
so-
know what's been like popping lately? We're doing everything. It's like the vintageness is like we think just because you throw like a 97 or an 8, if you know throw a number, it's like oh it's vintage. No, it's the vintage is a style.
Yeah. So
Right?
this shirt, which is crazy because
But I
this is
talk to the
acid
mic.
wash.
Talk to the mic.
This is an acid wash shirt. The original color of this wasn't even like this. So every single shirt is different.
Yeah.
Every single shirt has a different little bit of color. And to me, this came out so dope, bro. We
Yeah.
got this all custom drop shoulder. You can see this piece that's stitched.
Right.
We added this piece right here to give it a more of a drag.
Yeah.
We added the split on the bottom. This is a split shirt, just for more flow.
Yeah.
So when you're wearing it, it just kind of sits a little bit better when you like sit down. It's
Because you gotta hide the beer belly.
yeah, bro. I'm a dad now, so I have to.
That's what I'm saying.
I make
You're
shirts
telling
for me now.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah, just in the distress, regular distress, but just to
Yeah.
give it that more like vintage feel. Heavyweight, still heavyweight, but breathable material.
Yeah.
Like I said, all my shirts are all custom. I get
Show
them
them the
all
recent.
custom made.
This is the right? This is the recent.
Yeah, so this is an in-store only. You can only buy that one here.
Hold up now. This is where we throw the exclusives. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Exclusives.
Yeah, these are all. This is
show 'em this one.
all in-store only shirts right here. You could come get these here. Then
And that's smart, too,
What's
by the
crazy,
way.
bro, is these shirts are all my clothes. I guess all my designs have like meaning to like me because I'm designing, I'm creating the logos, I'm doing everything, right?
Right.
So all these shirts kind of like have something like meaningful to me. So this one has my signature right here. A lot of people don't even know that, but this is my signature, right? It says Jeffrey Cash right
Don't
here.
plagiarize. Don't plagiarize.
Champs, the dates. A lot of people think I just threw dates on here, but every
Tell
single
me.
date.
Okay,
is
tell
a
me about
meaning.
these.
So
A birthday.
1991.
Is it a birth year?
1991. That's my birth year.
Yeah, I want to say it's a birth year.
1991, my birth year. 94, Natalie's birth year. 2020 is the day we started the brand,
Mm-hmm.
and 2021 is the day that Max was born.
Yeah.
The year.
Yeah,
Yeah, the years that we were all born. So it's
Yeah.
like a family tee, but
Yeah, for sure.
people don't know that, you know? And so every shirt has something to do with like family, you know?
yeah.
And my
Very
signature.
family-oriented. That's dope, man.
Bro, after the baby, you need that 5-hour energy.
Yeah, you do. Trust me.
So yeah, bro, this is our newest shirt. Same thing, same vintage style, fully customized tee. We got an inch collar this time for a thicker collar. Our shop tees are coming next month. Our shop
Stewie
tees
thick.
go crazy.
Socks that you still rocking.
Oh yeah, these are the winter collection socks.
Got him.
Winter collection.
You know what I
socks,
liked about
bro.
them too?
Still
I liked how
cozy.
thick they were. Like the durable of it.
Yeah, bro, they're super cozy.
Yeah.
I don't really want to show, but the bottom, I added French terry to the bottom. That adds more like
You know what
it's
it
like
felt
a dry
like?
fit kind of fit, so your feet don't get as sweaty.
You know what it
but
felt
the
like?
bottom is super cozy.
When I put them on, I felt like I was putting on sweats. Like if that makes sense, I felt like I was putting on sweats for my feet. And they were cozy, they were thick, and like it conformed to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, honestly, I loved how many people like notice the detail that I put into the stuff because, like I said, I've always been into like fashion and clothing. So for people to like notice the quality that I put into this stuff,
Yeah.
it's dope to me, you know.
Yeah.
And even like even if people like don't like certain styles, I'm still putting out stuff that like I love, which is what I recommend everybody to do, bro. Like put out stuff that you love, and the right people will buy it. You know,
Yeah.
the right people will.
Yeah, I mean,
attract
also
to it.
too, if they don't like, they might not like a shirt, they might not like a sock, but the what's good is that there's variety because it's like, hey, you know what? There's a tote bag.
Yeah,
I know everybody carries shit.
yeah,
There's a tote bag. You know what? If you don't want to wear a hat, you don't want to wear socks, you don't want to wear sweats. You know what? There's a hat. Everybody likes hat. And you know what? Hey, if you don't like the color black, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. We got green ones. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the versatility, it's the availability, it's the options. You know what I'm saying? And
and we're just getting started.
Yeah,
This is only like our 4th drop.
And I love the idea of shop exclusives because a lot of I'm a big I love comedy, so I follow a bunch of comedians. They have whenever they come to a city, they have merch that is only available
At that city.
At that city, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same shit. It's stuff that's dropping. It's exclusives only, like at meet and greets and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, man, like I said, you're crushing it, bro. You're doing the damn thing. The shop is coming it's coming together. The people that you have, the solid crew around you, you know what I'm saying? You have people that believe in you, that trust in you, and that genuinely love you, that want to see you succeed, and the people that have, the same ambitions. And I think what's important too with your team that you have assembled, and I don't know if you want to like say who they are and everything, but the team that you have assembled, it's like it's a collective thing that it's a genuine fit, meaning like they slid in here perfect because it's a win for everybody. And to have that team that's going to be like, yo, we're not big headed, you know what I'm saying? We're not above us. We're not trying to look out for this or look out for ourselves, and we just want everybody to genuinely win. That's a real team. You know what I'm saying? So that's just as far as the barbers you have alone, but to have the people that come in.
That's what I did too when I didn't really go out like looking for barbers. I really wanted whoever like wanted to work here. I wanted them to like come to us. You know what I mean? Like I wanted them to like be they have to want to be a part of the team. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I feel like sometimes when we try to like drag people in, they're not the right fit sometimes. And so if people like take the time out of their day to come here and try to talk to me, that's because they want to work here.
Yeah.
And to me, just that alone, that already helps. It makes my process easier too, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like I said, it's the infection. It's the thing that I search for too. It's like I like being around creative people, bro. Like that's why, like, not too long ago when I slid through and I was like, yo, I'm gonna, I came through with donuts and everything. Which I hope y'all ate. When motherfuckers like, by the way, I hope y'all ate. You know what I mean? But it was more so. It literally was just like, yo, I just want to come show support, bro. Like I know it's a Saturday. I have the time. Let me slide through real quick. And but I just wanted to be here. I like coming here and just seeing everything.
You still gotta get a haircut, bro.
I know I gotta get a live one. I should get a live one, huh? I should get a live one, huh?
A live haircut, huh?
A live haircut. Well, I got some. I got. Okay. Man.
Yeah, no, it is crazy, bro. Because I don't know, I don't show too much emotion either, and I don't show too much like I don't know. I guess I don't like. I just don't show a lot of emotion, but
Yeah.
that gesture by bringing the donuts, that shit was huge, bro.
Really?
Dude,
Yeah.
it was crazy. I was like, bro,
wanna
all
show
day I
y'all.
kept telling like, damn, bro, I can't believe this fool really brought us donuts. Like, that's
Yeah.
so dope, you know? Like somebody like brought us something, you know, for like, and even
Yeah.
or somebody today brought me a beer, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
congrats on your new shop.
Yeah,
Boom.
I
Like,
just-
I don't know, like little things
it's
like that,
love,
bro.
bro.
But I don't show too much emotion.
Yeah.
you know,
No,
but
it's love.
wish
bro.
I wish I was different. I wish I can like
The dad-
be like,
the-
bro, thank you, you know,
The
for
dad
this.
and that will bring more of it out. You know,
maybe.
the dad will bring. No, but I just.
No, I'm emotional. Like, I don't even want to expose myself like that, bro. But like, I'm emotional for like dumb shit now. You
Yeah.
know, like
Oh,
a
bro,
fucking
you're
movie
telling me.
won't make me sad.
Bro, I talk about.
But
I've
I
said
can't
that
be
other
like
times.
to me like to show emotion to somebody else. That's
Yeah.
different. Like human to human.
Well, it's some of it's more of actions as opposed to than singing. Some some people are more of like I'll show you rather than show you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll show you in this way, or I'll show
Yeah,
like,
I'll thank you in a different way.
Right,
you
like,
know
I don't-
what
you know,
I'm
I
not
don't-
gonna
I
tell
don't
you
wanna-
like thank you, bro. Like I love you for this.
Right.
But
So,
now
'cause we-
but now I'm gonna offer something back, and then
Right.
you're like, oh shit, he appreciated this, you know?
Yeah, like I said, we text, man. We have communications and everything. Like I said, I don't want to put our stuff like that, but we talk, man. So it's like I see everything. It's reciprocated, and like I said, it's all love, bro. Like it's it's just all genuine love, and like I told you, like the last time where I came, I was like, bro, I'm gonna pop in on y'all just because I know like that, because I just love being here, because when I get to be around all y'all, it's a win for me too. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets those creative juices flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a win in that aspect, but also it's like I just like I love to see it, man. It's just everything, the shop, everything that you're doing, bro, with the brand, the fact that you're highlighting everything and that it's here, and to see it growing, and then like obviously as a dad, I can relate, and I know how much time and devotion that this takes. You know what I'm saying? And to see you with your dad, I mean with you and your son, and being the dad that you are, it's like, bro, like that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So like we do all this stuff. Kids in the back, leave it in. You know what I'm saying? Like we do all this stuff, and ultimately it's like it gives us the chance to be able to scratch that creative itch. But in the grand scheme of everything is we're trying to show our kids that there's more to life to this. We're able to show our kids, if this is successful and everything, to give them a better life. And it's also being able to show them like, this is that it's on YouTube and it's recorded, because this is forever, so like when they get older and they see this, they could be like, wow, look at my dad, man, like look at this shit. So it's like I said, it's a cool thing to be able to emulate, I mean, to highlight, and to be able to emulate everything, pass down to them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, bro, 100%. It's just, everything's so surreal, and it's just crazy how everything like that just happens every. I guess like sometimes you don't think how much stuff is happening until you really like stop and look back at how much happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. I guess I really need to do that. I have to like really sit down and like sit back and think like.
Yeah,
damn,
take
like,
it all in. Well, I hope that this episode, like we talked to, like I hope that I'm able to give you that. You know what I'm saying,
bro?
I
Just
hope
this
so.
alone, this whole setup alone is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
because I always pictured of doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
And whenever I open something, I'm like, whenever I open something, I want to have a cool creative space. Like, I want people that when they come here, barbers, creators, whatever, I want them to be like, oh, damn, like this would be a dope area to do something. This would be a dope something. Or the barbers in general are like, okay, there's a cool spot to take a picture of my haircut.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted it to be a dope, like, open area, which is the reason why that wall had to go, bro. We can't be splitting up these rooms in half.
And it was cool. It's like, we're not done yet, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like I said, I say we, because I got some work to do in here too. So it's like, I said, we're not done yet because, there's some things we need to highlight and fix. But I'm looking forward to the grand opening, man. And I want to make the grand opening, selfishly, again, on my aspect, I want to make it as cool for you, bro, as possible. And like I said, bro, hey,
Heck yeah.
man,
Nah,
you're
for
doing
sure.
you're doing the damn thing, bro. And
Thank you.
You know,
Huh.
and I'll bring the stuff.
Okay.
But like, nah, but it's a cool thing, like I said, and just to see, you know, everything growing, and like I said, and this is just the beginning, bro. Like, as much as successful as it been, it hasn't even scratched the surface. So
Yeah.
the podcast, like I said, we talk a lot of shit. We try to make it as entertaining as possible, as funny as possible, and you know, we do everything to highlight the most out of people and to bring everything out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a solid one.
Yeah.
So let's do a little outro with dads. You know what I mean? The dads, you know, bedtime's coming up for the kiddos. We got to wrap them up. You know what I'm saying? We got to wrap them up. He said, yay. All right, y'all. So let's wrap it up with tell them, you know, where they can find you. Tell them where the shop's at. Tell them where they can buy the merch. Tell them everything they need to know.
Yeah. So, might I have a list of like Instagrams now, but no, yeah, bro. Okay, my Instagram, you guys can follow me, Jeffrey Cash. I've been here before. I've said my name. This is my third time here.
Third time. Podcast alone.
Jeffrey Cash on everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it, I'm on it.
Metaverse.
The
Metaverse.
shop.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans just started last week. Hit me up. Feed pics on deck. Fungus
pics.
and all.
Changing diapers.
Changing diapers. I got diaper tutorials on there. Yeah, bro. Just, okay, the shop, the Basics Sacramento is our Instagram. Follow us. Check us out. I try to post. We just started it, but I'm trying to post every single barber on there. Get their workout. Get them noticed.
Where's
The
it
Basics
located?
Sacramento.
Where's it located?
Located in downtown Sacramento, 408 12th Street. 408 12th Street is where we're at. Yeah, like I said, we got a soft opening. Come check us out. There's nothing too crazy yet, but everybody can come stop by, hang out. We got dope couches. You can kick back. Yeah, Jeffrey Cash, the Basics Sacramento merch, back to Basics collection. Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
it,
much
yeah.
all I got, man. I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you, everybody that's still been coming, everybody that's been following me, loyal clients, new clients, everybody's accepted. Thank you. Like All Black said, thank you for fucking with me.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so y'all make sure y'all check everything out. You won't be disappointed. And ultimately, it's all about support, man. So word of mouth is everything. Tell a friend, tell a dad, tell a mom, tell your cousin, tell a dog. Tell everybody you got to tell. The Basics, Sacramento, downtown, 408 12th Street.
408.
Don't get it twisted. Come on now. Anyway, again, we got kiddos in the back. Don't mind them. We're dads. Never shy of that. So don't get it twisted. So anyway, as always, I'm your host, Albert Fig. This week, special highlighted episode with Jeffrey Cash. Y'all stay safe. Peace.